Peace family, it's Jay Morrison, and I want to thank you for being a part of the Truth Campaign. So I want to give you guys straight background to my journey. There's been a lot of accusations and allegations, even defamation, regarding my name, my family name, and my rise to leadership. I know sometimes I may come across, my wife says, a little too put together, or some of you may hear me say swaggy and rich. When I break that down, I don't mean rich as in money and I'm bragging. I mean rich as in currency, as in frequency, as trying to operate at the highest vibrations, right? The highest frequency. So I'm always trying to elevate in life. But in leadership, I have to take my teaspoon of accountability whenever someone feels some kind of way, right? Our marriage counselor, King Bo, says to me, my wife, if she feels some kind of way, you just can't ignore it. You got to take your teaspoon of accountability. So I want to say that off the rip, from the beginning, that I'm not perfect. And so let's get into me exposed. Let's get into the truth. So many of you guys know about my, 3-time felon, 2.5 years in prison, growing up in poverty, right? We're tired of that story. So you know about that rise. No high school dropout, no college education. I made my first million by 28 in real estate, managing mortgage companies, being a realtor, owning millions of real estate in real life. But because of my youthful arrogance in my mid-20s, and because of womanizing, because of gambling, because of blowing money fast in the culture, I end up going broke when the market crashed. Not because I had so many properties and I went broke. I went broke because I actually sold my properties, many of them, my portfolio, prior to the market crashing, which I was fortunate. I won't say I was so smart, I was fortunate. But it was because of my financial habits and responsibility, and I never changed my lifestyle once the market changed. Once my business income changed from managing mortgage companies, having overrides over many mortgage agents, from being a realtor and all that. And so real estate broke my heart in 2009, 2010. I also got married around that time, but ended up getting divorced a year later. I don't talk about that much, but my wife was a strong black woman. She held it down. I was a knucklehead in my 20s. As real estate broke my heart, because remember, I was in love with real estate because it's what saved me from the street corner. I ended up just running through all the money I had saved up. And I remember my last $30,000, I went to Baltimore and I found an R&B artist, and I got one of my guys from Plainfield, New Jersey, Cavo, and we started a record label, Royalty Fam Music Group. Now mind you, some of this stuff is reserved for my book and my documentary, but I just want to give you me exposed. So I tried a record label. And then as that was kind of fizzing out, I started actually doing a first Mondays at Jersey Girl Strip Club. I did a party promoter at Corona's nightclub, a Mexican bar in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I turned it into a hip hop bar. And then my first night free, and had it packed with, I think, I forgot, a DJ. I know I booked DJ Envy one time. I booked DJ Naeem one time. I was a party promoter. I went from a millionaire real estate investor to a party promoter. No knocking party promoters. I was just trying to find my groove and my hustle. I had no car. My house was in foreclosure. I ended up buying a Dodge Intrepid for $3,500 from an auction in Maryland. And I was just trying to figure my way out. And I did not have any interest into real estate in my late 20s, going to my early 30s. And I literally began to become depressed and just out of it. You may have heard a podcast or interview. One of my ex-female friends said I considered doing porn. And I hate that my daughter's got to hear this, but I did. I literally met with a porn director, and I was trying to figure out what my new hustle would be, a legal hustle, because I didn't want to break the law, right? I did not and do not ever want to go back to prison. I thought about my daughter and what would she say in the future if that's where her dad was, and I never did it. But this is how extreme I was in regards to trying to figure out how to get back on my feet, but again, was totally out of love with real estate. During that time, my mentor, Emory Jones, came home from prison. He then said, hey, I see you got a record label, you're doing all these things, anybody can do that. When I was in prison, I saw you were the man in real estate. He said, do what you do best. And then I launched the J. Morrison Academy in 2014. I did launch that with a group of men who were my partners, and then we ended up getting in business disputes because they wanted to pull all the capital out the business early. That ended up in a business dispute. One of my partners took the money out of the PayPal account that was under his name, and he left and said, to hell with you. And me, following my vision, my mission, and my journey, I restarted the organization. I did it on my own, and I just grinded it out. And there's been ups and downs. I literally pawned jewelry to pay my staff before. I was struggling, broke, trying to figure it out, right? I was a celebrity realtor. I had all this knowledge I amassed from managing, owning, flipping, wholesaling, building, developing all this real estate. I had this knowledge, but again, I fell off. And so I had to use my strategic knowledge in order to put myself back on and do it in a legal, legitimate way. So I took on partners and people that believed in me at the time, and sometimes those people got burnt out, we parted ways, or whatever that may be. There's been other accusations of other business investments and other business partners. Again, every investment, every partnership, I swear to you, has not worked out. I've had ex-employees. Some say, yo, Jay is great. You've mentored me. I have ex-coaching clients who've made millions under my coaching tutelage. I've had coaching clients who said, I ain't learned nothing and that was a waste of my time and money. I've had clients who said, hey, I didn't get the most out of this. I've had clients that are like, Jay, our whole business turned around because of you. But I've had dozens and dozens of coaching clients. I've had over 250,000 students, literally over 250,000 students. There's gonna be some that are dissatisfied, that's a fact. We have over 15,000 investment partners. There's gonna be some that are not satisfied. Please don't hold me to a level of perfection, and I apologize if I've come across like I'm perfect, because I damn sure ain't, right? There's been investments that I've tried to work out and that haven't fell through, but I've always talked to my partners about what can we do to resolve it, to recoup, and to make things happen. But I never maliciously tried to get over on anybody, fraudulently tried to get over on anybody. I never changed my phone numbers with anybody, never wouldn't be willing to meet with anyone. Like, I can't say that everything's worked out with everybody. I will, and don't edit that, I will take accountability that sometimes my business practices, because I've been a go-getter, because I'm passionate, because I believe in my mission and my calling, I may be aggressive. At times I'm too lenient. I give people too many chances. And sometimes you do one thing wrong and I'll cut you off. But again, I have my ways and I'm working on my ways and I'm working on my leadership and I'm not perfect. So I can't say, there could be some things people are saying that are true. There's things that I'm working on in life. There's things that I've done wrong. But in every relationship I have, personal, professional, and otherwise, I am always willing, still willing for reconciliation, for atonement, for reasonable, rational dialogue to just solve stuff. I have to say, again, Jay Morrison is not perfect, has not been perfect in every business relationship. People can talk about me and all that, but what they cannot say accurately is that I frauded them, that I scammed them, that I maliciously have gotten over on them. There's been people that have stole $19,000 from me and left the company. I didn't sue them, I didn't anything. I just kept it pushing and moving. And now they may have regrets about where I'm at now, because they even said themselves, they wouldn't imagine me even being where I am today. They didn't understand God's calling on my life, the anointment on my life, the oil on my life. I'm not trying to talk religious talk. I'm telling you, I got a purpose. And I've been walking in it as best as I can, being obedient. I haven't been the best boyfriend, the best boss, the best husband, the best father, but I've always tried to follow my 4 E's of evaluate, eliminate, evolve, and execute. I live by that. I evaluate myself daily. I eliminate my bad habits, people, places, and things. I evolve to a new me, and I execute and walk out that new me. I try to do that my best in my spiritual alignment and my physical being, how I eat, how I deal with you all, how I deal with controversy, and all that. Now let's move forward. There's been this disparagement movement caused by a former business colleague and mentee of sorts that I got into a business relationship with, and based on, and I'm suing him right now, and there's some facts in the lawsuit. I don't want to get into messy gossip. I literally have ignored it because legally I was addressing it in court instead of Instagram court. I just want to be a grown man, a real businessman, and lead by example and show you we're not teenage boys. We don't go back and forth online. We don't got to disparage each other. We don't got to curse at each other. We don't got to talk about our wives or significant others. You damn sure shouldn't be talking about my wife and my 6-month pregnant wife that was very disrespectful, that was a low decency, low vibrations, low frequency. And there's not a man on the planet Earth that I know from any hood anywhere, any military anywhere, any college anywhere, any corporation anywhere that respects a man that speaks ill about a 6-month pregnant woman. That is the lowest of the lows. But nevertheless, this man showed things in our business relationship that we could not align in a business relationship. And so, I won't go through all the details, we both unaligned. I said, I don't do business this way. He responded to me, let's not do business then. I said, okay, cool. This is after other warnings I already gave. Again, I don't want to go through the whole story. Anyway, I put out a statement on my Instagram. You guys can see it. Back from October 2019. He put out a statement on his Instagram saying we're parting ways on this event that we were doing together. I said to him, as the professional that I am, King, I will account for all of the revenue. We will pay all expenses. And from that, we'll split everything 50-50 how we agreed to. He said, you're backing out on me, which I dispute because he said, let's not do business. I disagreed. But nevertheless, he said, you're backing out on me. You don't deserve anything. I said, for my time and effort, I do deserve something. I deserve the 50-50 split like we agreed. So there was approximately, again, this man has said on all platforms that I've stole, I've scammed, and I've been a fraud. I want to show you all, to any rational, impartial mind, there is no way you will see, feel, or think that I stole from this man a dime when I'm done talking in the next 2 minutes. Listen, there was $69,000 of revenue, approximately. He was advanced $20,000. That's $49,000. Now, mind you, what I'm talking about is him saying I stole $50,000 of his, right, from this account in which we brought in conference revenue. So there was $69,000 in revenue. He's agreed to that. He said it online. He got an advance for $20,000. He's also agreed to that online. There were refunds of $22,000. That's documented. There were merchant fees of $2,000. So now we're at 69 minus 20 advance. That's 49. Minus 22 of refunds. That's 27. Minus 2,000 of merchant fees. That's 25. There were $11,000 of his Facebook ads. His $20,000 went towards that. So we'll just call the Facebook ads a wash. He got $11,000 towards his Facebook ads from the 20 we gave him, and he got another $8,000 left over, right? We had $13,000 in Facebook ad expenses. So now you got $27,000 minus about $13,000, which came to rough numbers about $19,000 or whatever that was, right? $16,000, whatever that number was. So he got $8,000 again. After paying his Facebook ads, he had $8,000 left over of the $20,000 we advanced. So we said we should get $8,000 to match your $8,000 you got, which left $11,000. Then we said, let's split that 50-50. He said, hell no. This is through our attorneys, guys. I'm not dodging him, was not ducking him. I didn't run off. So he started disparaging me online, and my attorney said, stop disparaging the Morrison family. My attorney said that won't be tolerated. He replied back, F you. And I mean the full word, F you. 2 words he responded back to my attorney. That level of professionalism, that level of conflict resolution. Nevertheless, we go back and forth online. Fast forward, after more disparagement, months later in January, I say, you know what? I'm tired of the headache. He can have our 50% of the proceeds. I had this in an email. I sent it to his attorney, through our attorney. I said, you know what? Give him our $5,500. It's not even worth it. He can have it all, and we'll pay him the speaker fee that he retained us to speak. We'll give him that as well. It's all in the email, got documented. He said, no, you owe me more than that. So mind you guys, this is a business dispute. I have not ran off with the money. I did not fraud him from the money. I'm just trying to solve it based on real, rational numbers, and he's refusing because our opinion is he wanted more attention when he couldn't be aligned with us positively because of our integrity and business clash, because of he is who you see him to be today.
I called her all kind of bitches recently. She been in my shade room. See, and this is the thing. Let me talk about that because a lot of people like, why are you bringing his wife into it? She ain't got nothing to do with it. Oh, that bitch is all of it. That dirty little nappy head motherfucking bitch is all of it.
And I run a pretty sophisticated, high-level business organization. I can't do business that way. So nevertheless, it was not me stealing. It wasn't me frauding. And we still answered every email. And then I got the receipts. I invited him through our attorney to come here to the Black House and let's talk face to face. Because I thought that if he came face to face, we could hug it out. I know he probably feels a little hurt because of our unalignment. I knew he couldn't look me in the eyes and say, Jay, you stole from me, because he knows it's not true. He knows it's not true. It's factually not true that I stole. We can resolve this tomorrow. Just agree to a number. And if we can't agree, which we haven't been able to agree, let's go to court. Not Instagram court, but real court. And since he couldn't go to real court, guess what? The one who he's saying is stealing and frauding, I'm taking him to court for defamation and breach of contract and to resolve these numbers. We can go to arbitration, we can go to mediation, or we can just go to court and solve it. We don't got to make online protests. We don't got to do all these antics. We don't got to act like teenage boys online. That's not leadership. That's not role models. If we have a legitimate business gripe and dispute, arbitrate it, mediate it, litigate it. Period. And so since he won't litigate it, the one who he's saying is a fraud and a thief, I'm the one that is suing him. So why would I be going to court if I had something to hide or that I did something illegitimate? Just think about that with your rational mind. So I invited him to the Black House. I said on Instagram, please stop talking about my wife. We don't respect that where I'm from, right? I got the receipts. I said, come to 3015 R and Martin Street, the big black building. I'll even cover your travel costs to come see me in person, one-on-one, not to scrap it out and be hood or thug it out or be gangster, but as businessmen to solve this like leaders and role models. He declined. He FaceTimed me, we talked for an hour, and he refused to come to the Black House. That was through his attorney, through my Instagram invite. He FaceTimed me, it didn't happen. So let's get back to the facts. Hopefully you can believe and see that $50,000 he's saying that I owe him is not $50,000. There's a arguable amount of money we can talk about that is owed, and I agree to that. My wife agrees. We agree that there's a balance due, but we have to agree on that balance. And you also have to take back your disparagement claims that we stole and we fraud. And I really want a public retraction and apology to my wife, so I can tell you that. But nevertheless, there's an amount we can dispute through arbitration, mediation, or litigation. Instagram court ain't gonna cut it. All you're doing, which is what he said, is, I'm getting to the second $50,000. So he said, in one comment, he said we owed him $40,000. We have the receipts. Another one, he said we owe him $50,000. We have the receipts. In another video, he said we owe him $100,000. We have the receipts. Baller Alert reported that he said he sent us $50,000 of a $100,000 giveaway and we never gave it back. Baller Alert also reported that he contacted them and said, oh, that was a misstatement. But that's after Spiritual Word reposted it and other blogs reposted it, that it was out there that he sent us $50,000 and we kept it and never gave it back. It's not true. He never sent us $50,000. These are the actual facts of the level of disparagement and lies that we've been under attack. So there was a $100,000 giveaway that we were going to do part of our event. When we severed ties as businessmen, he said, I'm still going to move forward and give away $100,000. We were no longer a part of that. I let him know that. He then took all the credit on stage for the $100,000 giveaway.
Somebody's about to win $100,000 in cash. Shit, $100,000. I gotta get somebody $100,000. What are you talking about?
He then told the recipient, I got you. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna make it happen. He said it on his Instagram. I'm gonna make it happen.
And yeah, the winner got Gage Root. He's got his money. I pay out. You know, I did my part. Like the 100K giveaway, all my shit, I pay out. If I would have not lived up with the 100K giveaway, I could have impacted my name and my ticket sales dramatically. But I lived up to the event anyway, and I still did the giveaway.
He then now is being sued for not making it happen, and reportedly today's only paid $30,000 on that $100,000. I don't care. That's his business. It's his $100,000 giveaway. But what he has told you, you guys are talking about that I'm a scam, that I'm a fraud, because he said I stole $100,000 from him. Well, we already debunked the first $50,000. He's saying that I owe him $50,000 of a $100,000 giveaway that he took all the credit for, that he did on his own, that he continued to follow through with, that he posted on his Instagram, that he shared all the he took all the limelight for. But nevertheless, even if you think, Jay, you might owe him some of that, that could be litigated, disputed, arbitrated, or mediated. That does not constitute me stealing from him or frauding from him, because he agreed. He actually said, let's not do business then, and I agreed. And We parted ways amicably. We both put out statements on our page that were no longer in business. Me, my wife, our firm, not participating in his $50,000 giveaway, which we have a claim against in our lawsuit because we don't believe that giveaway was done with integrity. Us not participating, family, is not us stealing or frauding. If he feels we owe him that, again, we can arbitrate it, we can mediate it, or we can just litigate it. All the antics is not leadership, is not being a role model, is not being black love. Jay Morrison is not perfect. That's the truth about Jay Morrison. Jay Morrison might have some things he got to polish up about himself and clean up about himself. Jay Morrison is extremely flawed, but Jay Morrison is not a fraud. I'm not malicious. I'm not vindictive. I am not a scam artist. I take pride in my business integrity. I did not leave the street corner and hustling for 10 years of my life, risking my freedom from my daughters. My daughter was born in prison, Anna. I'm not facing to go back to that. Not for you all. For my own life, my own freedom, and my own moral compass, and my own commitment to my creator. You gotta understand how I'm built and how I'm wired. I don't scam and fraud because I have a responsibility to the Most High, first and foremost, not you. Then I have a responsibility to my wife and my family to be there for them. So I dot I's and I cross T's. And I do business to the best of my ability, even if it comes off aggressive, or maybe even selfish, or loud, or passionate, or it could have been done better, or he doesn't care enough, he doesn't appreciate enough, or whatever that is. I'll continue to work on me and take my accountability. But I'm not a fraud, I'm not a scam, I do not owe this man $100,000 or $50,000. I certainly did not steal any money from him. And for him to perpetuate that is all a gimmick, it's all a game. It's all lies. I don't care about the Photoshop text message receipts, the Photoshop emails. I don't care about the staff members he has online that talk bad about me, but the same staff members said, Jay, why is Tony tripping out? You did nothing but try to help him. I got the receipts. The same guy he interviewed in text message said, all you tried to do was to help Tony, and he's going hard on you. There's been several mentees and proteges and staff members that I regret not showing the level of appreciation that I probably should when I should have. And that comes with leadership and growth, and I can acknowledge that. But I want to say this, in every partnership that I've had, I've always been willing to handle any dispute amicably, if I'm saying that correctly, right? Reasonably, rationally. I never have run from business disputes. In our community, we suffer from a lack of conflict resolution, and we can't build the black nation. We can't have liberation. We can't have unity. We can't have justice. We can't have repair if we don't know how to come together and solve our own problems amicably, rationally, reasonably, with class and dignity. And it's unfortunate we gotta spend all this time with you guys listening to this video and me doing this video and my 6-month pregnant wife stressing and having anxiety over someone calling her bitches and hoes online. We gotta go through all of this distraction when they still haven't arrested the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor. That's a damn shame. All this oppression we face, and this is how we're spending our time. When we got capital to go lend, we got buildings to go develop, we got Black Wall Street to go build, and we gotta deal with infighting of each other because we can't meet face to face, or arbitrate, or mediate, or litigate without antics online. That's the truth about Jay Morrison, and the truth about these rumors and allegations that are being spread around Jay Morrison. I'm real. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not running anywhere. I never do, never have. And everything that I can address head up, I try to address head up. I'm just not with the online antics and games. Let's move on. He and I can deal with this, arbitration, mediation, or litigation. Let us get back to the work of moving our culture forward, moving our people forward, and achieving unity, justice, and repair. That part. Peace.